So I had to learn how to trust God in my waiting season. So even though God has spoken to me in my fall season that we talked about last week, and in that season, He actually revealed to me, I'm going to elevate you. Even though God said those words and I heard them, I wasn't seeing it. It wasn't happening. So, have you ever felt like that before, where it's like you know that something is meant for you? You know that God is working and something is going to be happening, but then it doesn't, or it seems like it doesn't. That is what the winter season can feel like. Every winter season is not the same, but this part of my story was stillness. That verse, be still and know that I am God, is the one. Okay. I'm telling you, this season was so frustrating for me because I knew that God was there cognitively, but spiritually I felt broken. I didn't know what was next and how long I had to wait. And so if we're just meeting, my name is Chantel, and I help women move from confusion to clarity to align action through God's peace. And if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel because we're all waiting for something, okay? Whether it's a car, a house, a baby, a new job, a new position, or business to grow, whatever it is, it can become so frustrating to be in that waiting season. And by the end of this video, I'm going to share with you what I learned in this season and what I took with me that has allowed me to continue to grow through the rest of the seasons forward. Because you don't just have one winter season, okay? But this particular one was a humdinger for me because it was like 10 years long. And it began with me having my children, which was a beautiful thing. God answered my prayer and He gave me not one, not two, not three, but four beautiful children. But I had lost my career, I had lost my way, and I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like my career was in shambles. But God revealed to me in that fall season something that I couldn't understand because He said, I'm going to elevate you. So then my question was, well, when? When is this going to happen? And so you prune, right? You let some things go. For me, it was working in the entertainment industry, it was becoming a mom. And then I wondered, did I fail? And I'm gonna tell you, I had to figure this out. And I'm gonna tell you how I knew later. But I just had the question in my mind. Like, did I fail? Am I missing something? God, where are you? Because you said you were gonna do this. And I know that you guys feel me. Like sometimes you ask for it and you wait for it because the Bible says, ask and you shall receive, knock and the door shall be open unto you. And you're in this winter season and you're wondering, why do I feel stuck? Why am I still waiting for this thing? So we're going to go to the Becoming Kingdom and we're going to meet Princess Amaya, and she's sitting at a table in her kitchen. And at this table, she is praying. She is seeking God. She is distorted in this space because she's confused, because she's like, okay, where is the elevation happening? And that distortion we're going to talk about in a few minutes because that's the key. Understanding that distortion will explain the waiting season and what you need to do and how to grow from there. So here we are. Okay, here we are in the winter season, waiting on God. She's sitting at the table. She's got the Bible. She's drinking her tea. She's doing everything she knows to do, right? And this was me. I wasn't twiddling my fingers. I was moving. I was doing things. I was starting businesses. I was having babies. I was wifing. Okay. I was working. I had started being a substitute teacher. And Princess Amaya, she's got this jewel box on her table, right, where she keeps her jewelry, but it's locked. And it's locked because she can't access it. And this is like being stuck. That's what it represents. She cannot access what God has given her, but she knows it's there. And that's what creates that stuck and frustrated feeling. So then she's praying. and she's waiting and she's walking with God, right? And still, she doesn't get what she thinks that she needs. God began to reveal to me, no, I'm still here. I am not dormant. I am working through you. So then God started to send people to me, and he started to send me people. It went both ways. There were people that were helping me, and then I was helping people, and God was helping me through helping people, and it was a trip. So for example, I was at the park and there was this mother, and I'm watching my kids and she's watching her daughter, and her daughter had just had brain surgery. And I'm in all this woe is me. And then she tells a story of how she can't believe how wonderful her daughter is doing after everything that they've been through. And then I met another mom at the play park, like the indoor play park, because that day it was raining. And she began to tell me how she had just come out of a relationship that was abusive, domestic violence, and how she was just so glad to bring her child here so that he could have a little bit of fun and she could get away from those thoughts. And then I started reselling online. It was one of my businesses that I did, and then I'm gonna start back whenever I can actually fit it back into my schedule, because it was just so much fun selling clothes online. And I did share some of that with you guys. But I met a mom there through Facebook chat who she's buying a shirt for herself and for her child, but she starts to tell me about how her husband had passed away from COVID. And I was like, all these women are coming to me and they're telling me these things that have nothing to do with anything that I'm actually doing here. And I was able to minister and encourage them. And I was so thankful for that. And that was God working inside me. That was the part that I didn't get. See, I thought that because I wasn't seeing it happening on the outside, that nothing was happening. God was like, no, I'm not dormant. I'm still here. I'm here and I'm working through you. And then he sent me encouragement. There were some YouTubers who I was watching. Melanie Alyssa. She is an honorable mention, and I will put her in the description box below. She is amazing. And she made a video on life seasons. And I was in my winter season when I found her video. And she encouraged me she planted a seed in me that God began to reveal to me, like, this is where you are. I am growing you. I am restoring you. I am making and molding you. And that's what God does in your winter season. If you're feeling frustrated and confused about how did I get here, just know that God is restoring you. He is molding and making you. And even though it might not look like anything is happening, it's happening on the inside. So Princess Amaya, she's got those beautiful mushrooms on her table. But those mushrooms represent hidden growth, because mushrooms grow in the dark. And so God was showing me, I'm growing you inside. And that is what he did through all those people that I was meeting, through the people that were encouraging me. I remember being pregnant, and you may not know this, but my very first baby, I lost that baby. And then we had our 4 babies. And then later on, when I was pregnant and it was COVID, it was such a scary time. I remember there were so many women who just pulled me aside and just prayed with me. And my goodness, God spoke to me through those women that I didn't even know. So when peace seemed to be not present, God said, I'm here and I will be here, and I'm going to use you even through what you're going through and what you're feeling. So God is restoring you. And he spoke to me and said, I'm going to elevate you. And though I thought that meant monetarily, through careers, through my YouTube channel views, because let's be real, I have struggled on YouTube. I have struggled. I've done well, over 1 million views on here, but my goodness, I've struggled. And we won't go into details, but I was waiting for elevation here. My distorted view originally blocked my progress, but I would later find out that once I accepted that God was restoring me, making, shaping, and molding me, and I was elevating internally, then I was free and at peace. And I wasn't getting it. And so I was distorted in my view of myself and my success professionally. But God showed me no, all of this is for a reason. This is a season. And I'm here to encourage you that this is a season. It will not be forever. And you may not understand it all right now, but you will understand it. And God said, "Be still and know that I am God." And he even spoke to me in this season and said, "You were not ready," talking to me directly, okay? He said, "You are not ready to receive what I have for you." And I really wasn't. But he taught me and he showed me and he molded me through this, because when your roots, when they stick, right? When they're deep and they are rooted and they are solid, there is no uprooting. There is only growth. And even if they are uprooted, if they are strong roots, you could replant them somewhere else. And that's what he did. That's what he showed me. He showed me that what I had was not stuck to an occupation. What I had, what he gave me, I was born with what he had put inside me. You were born with what God gave you. You were born with your spiritual gifts, your natural talents. And then he places you in places to learn and to grow and to thrive. So if you're feeling stuck in your winter season, just know that God's peace is yours. He is restoring you. Everything that he has for you is yours. You just have to walk in it. And that is my summer and spring season story. The new one, the one that I'm in right now. And I want to share that with you guys next week. If you're feeling behind, if you're feeling like you're getting too old for this, if you feel like I'm too young for this, just know that God knows. There is no age limit on what God can do in your life. If you're feeling behind, just remember that you are not stuck. You are becoming. Growth is happening even when it doesn't look like it inside. If you haven't commented below on your season, don't forget to do that, because it really helps me to grow here. Thank you guys so much for everything, and I love you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do so. Live meaningfully, and I'll see you on the next one. Hugs and kisses.